Did you know that when you are walking on the pavement of Belgrade, you are actually walking on the roofs of old Roman city, which originated from the first year of new era? Yes, it is true for Belgrade. Belgrade is a city destroyed many times and re-emerged as a beautiful and resilient city. It's an old city with new vibes, and you can discover during a few days' visit here that it is buzzing with creative energy, innovation, and tradition. The Serbian capital, Belgrade is known as a center for international festivals, hosting more than 100 a year. For sure, there will be one going on whenever you visit. Here are 10 places that are worth seeing in Belgrade, Serbia. Number 10. Belgrade's Fortress. If you want to dive in history, Belgrade Fortress is a must-visit. Once KNEZ was a fortress and a field, and now it is one of the most important cultural historic sites, a park and a playground, a lookout and a zoo, a concert venue, and so much more. The fortress is over 2,000 years old, with some sections being newer. It is a place that every history lover would love to visit. KNEZ, or Belgrade Fortress, is one of those landmarks that you can't skip when visiting the city. Not only do you have centuries-old stone walls to wander along, but there's also a beautiful park inside. It's the perfect spot for relaxing, strolling, and soaking up some of the most beautiful views of Belgrade. Number 9. Wander the Bohemian Quarter, Scatterlija. If you are an artist and you want to relax and do your work in a calm surroundings, you must go to Bohemian Quarter. Scatterlija is the Bohemian Quarter where all the writers, artists, and intellectuals were spending time for the last 2 centuries. Nowadays, it is a tourist location, but it is still filled with locals that love good food, music, and a bohemian lifestyle. It is a pedestrian area covered in cobblestones where the first restaurants opened in the early 1800s. Some call it Serbian Montmartre. This place is not to be missed if you like experiencing local life, the best food in the city, seeing art on display, and listening to street performers. Number 8. Church of St. Sava. A sensational video had emerged on YouTube in 2017, which tried to prove that St. Sava's Cathedral in Belgrade was secretly built by Freemasons. But it was utterly absurd and was proved wrong later on with solid proofs. Church of St. Sava, or St. Sava Temple as it is called in Serbia, is the largest Orthodox church in the Balkan region and the second largest in the world. It is almost unthinkable to visit Belgrade without seeing the St. Sava Temple. Until recently, the crypt was the only part of the temple you could enjoy, and its beauty took the breath away from its visitors. Enthusiastic tourists from all over the world could usually be seen there trying to capture as many details and parts of the crypt as possible with their cameras. Number 7. Stroll down KNEZ MIHAILOVA Street. If you're meeting up with a local in Belgrade, chances are pretty high they'll ask you to meet up at the horse. You should know that the meeting point is Street KNEZ MIHAILOVA. The best thing about KNEZ MIHAILOVA is that this area is always alive. In the evenings during the summer, you will find street performers all along, musicians and artists who are selling their work. KNEZ MIHAILOVA Street is the longest pedestrian street with incredible architecture. There are plenty of venues choices. KNEZ MIHAILOVA is the place for shopping, place where you will find some of the world-famous brands, at the same time home of local designers. KNEZ MIHAILOVA Street has been included in 1979 on the list of spatial cultural historical units of great importance. Number 6. ZEMUN, Belgrade's city within a city. ZEMUN was a separate city until 1934, when it was absorbed by Belgrade. To this day, it looks and feels different walking around Zemun than walking around the rest of Belgrade. The architecture resembles old Austro-Hungarian towns, and the location by the Danube River gives this place a special characteristic. With cobblestone streets, swans coming close to people, wanting to be fed pedestrian areas with cafe and shops, Zemun is like a city within the city. Zemun walking tour includes visiting Gardos Tower, Nikolajevska Church, and White Bear, the oldest house in Zemun. You can see Zemun e-scooter, as well as on bike, and can enjoy fresh air. Number 5. The Nikola Tesla Museum. A visit to the Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade should be on anyone's Belgrade tour list who likes science, being shocked with electricity, lightsabers is young at heart. Dedicated to the life and works of Nikola Tesla, the museum is a great way to explore science history while honoring one of the region's most important figures. The museum tour includes a demonstration of electricity experiments using Tesla coils. The rest of the museum focuses on exhibits of Tesla's life and works. Photography is allowed in most places and during the guided tour. Number 4. TAŠMAJDAN Park. This beautiful park in the center of Belgrade was formed in the area where there was once a quarry, and its name comes from the Turkish word for the place where stones are excavated from the ground. This historically significant area has many activities to offer. You can take a stroll and then relax in the cafe. There is an outdoor fitness center, 3 playgrounds with recreational equipment, and it also comprises a separately fenced dog park. A musical fountain and a big chessboard can be found in the center of the park, intended for elderly citizens. The most prominent landmark in TAŠMAJDAN is the St. Marko Church, Belgrade's second largest temple and one of the most beautiful. Number 3. Epic views from the Avala Tower. If you are a fan of the high places, the Avala Tower is one of the unique places in Belgrade. Avala Tower is a tall communications tower with a height of 204.68 meters. It is located at the top of Mount Avala in Belgrade. It was destroyed by NATO bombarding in 1999 and was rebuilt in 2009. The panoramic scene that you will get when you reach the top of the tower are the best scenes in Serbia. You will enjoy watching the vast green areas of huge plants and trees, in addition to the vast and sprawling city of Belgrade. Number 2. House of the National Assembly, Serbia. If you are interested in visiting any official building in Belgrade, you can visit House of the National Assembly. It is a stunning monument of cultural significance and introduces a short summary of Serbian and Yugoslavian history. A sculpture in front of the entrance represents the human struggle with nature. The Serbia's National Assembly may well be the finest and most photogenic building in Belgrade. Number 1. Museum of Yugoslavia and the House of Flowers. To know how people lived during the period when Serbia was part of Yugoslavia, you must visit Museum of Yugoslavia and the House of Flowers. Open-air concerts are often held here in the summer, with music reminiscent of that time. Next to the museum is the House of Flowers, the eternal residence of Josip Broz Tito and his wife. It is interesting to hear what life was like in Serbia while Tito was in power, and to see how different generations still come, even those born long after his death, to pay their respects to him. After watching this video, you must be interested in visiting Belgrade, Serbia. Please share your views about this video in the comment section. Do hit the notification bell for more interesting videos from around the world. We at Fine Travel carry out a lot of research and talk to officials, residents, and travel guides to give you information that is true and accurate, to help you find the best locations in the world where you can settle or visit. We are committed to providing you with the best possible information about pros and cons of different places around the world, so you can make an informed and sensible choice about where to reside or settle. Thanks for watching. Eat, sleep, travel, and stay calm.